Shabbat Shalom, Facebook,
Shabbat
and
Shalom.
the Aubrey Shalom around the world. We going live on a very critical teaching, The Demon of Gaul, Renouncing Christianity, Part 1. This is going to be a very delicate teaching, but it's not going to hold back any truth. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be delicate because, you got people who are leaving Christianity, coming into the Aubrey walk, and you got people who have been in the Aubrey walk and have family in Christianity, but this will be 100% truth always, but it will not be anything held back. The reason why I say it's going to be delicate and I'm going to be careful with it because I want you to get everything that I'm sharing so you'll see it for yourself. All the information that Yahuah has bestowed upon us to share, I'm going to share with you. Before that, we're going to blow these shofars. And after that, we will kick off with Abba's prayer with Taya leading. Taya, come lead us in Abba's prayer.
Abinu, Shabbat B'Shemayim, Yitkadash Shemha, Tavo Mehu Teha, Yeaseh Rasonha, Ba'aretz Asherna, Asha B'Shemayim, Ten Lanu Hayam Lukem Hekenu, Tashmanu Atashmatenu, Eizeh Skim Anaknu, Asha Asmolanu, who all to be Lanu Made Masa, Ke'im Hasilanu, Mihara, Kelekan Hamalka, Watavura, Tefelet Eme Olamin.
Our Father, who lives in the skies, this be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in Shemayim. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and esteem forever. Exalted are you, our Master, Yahuah. Elohenu, our power, King of the universe forever. Amanah, so be it. All right. The demon of Gaul. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to find out why I call it that. The demon of Gaul, you'll find out what's Gaul and everything as we go further. But with this, I left my notes in there where y'all gave me. But I'm gonna go by this, and then I know he'll bring it back to me. Today, with the permission and guidance of the Ruach HaKodesh, we will be addressing the demon of Gaul, known to Christianity as JC, and we'll go forward in there. The reason for this teaching, you have to renounce Christianity. A lot of times we talk about witchcraft, renouncing voodoo, renouncing obeah, santeria, juju, hoodoo. We talk about renouncing these things and spells in our life, superstition, other religions. We'll talk about Satanism. But have you renounced Christianity? Have you truly recognized it as being a harvester of devils? That's what it was. Not just one. JC was just the main featured devil in a bunch of devils. We're going to go into that. Because there was a trinity there when Yahuah said he's one. There was the holy H-O-L-I. Ghost. We're going to break down that. And people, they'll get uncomfortable saying, oh, he's renouncing the Holy Spirit. No, I'm not. I'm renouncing the spirit of Kundalini. Right. The spirit of Hindu spells. Because in the book, if you translate that right, Ruach HaKodesh, it is the called out spirit of Yahuah. Never was it called the Holy Ghost, ever. Holy is a sun worshiping term. You got all these devils that came with that we have not renounced, and we track that into our new belief in Yahuah, the belief of the truth. We track it, and we see different tracks, mud tracks of that in there where we feel sorry for people, and we compromise our walk because we think Christianity is a sister religion to us. Right. It's akin to us. It's just some things that's not right about it. I've heard some people say, well, all we needed was the name. That's all we needed was the name. And we know when we was Christians, that's what we didn't have. Wait a second. What about the Shabbat that you weren't keeping? What about the feast that you weren't keeping? What about all the other commandments that you weren't keeping? So all you were missing was the name? You get what I'm saying? It was a lie. We've been lied to, and we've accepted a lie because it was so uncomfortable to think that we were worshiping devils. But if we weren't worshiping devils, then Yahuah has lied to us. Because he said, because of the curses of your forefathers, you would worship devils of wood and stone. New devils that were rose newly up, who your fathers had not known. That's book. Huh? He said you were error in your ways because you did not keep the feast, but you made men's feast your feast. Now, if Christianity was not one of these terms of us worshiping devils, then Yahuah is a liar. And we should shut everything down. But I know that he is the truth. And there's nothing but the truth that comes out of his mouth, and nothing but the truth can come out and affect us in our lives. That's why we still see the curses to this day. That's why the so-called black man is the main awakening that's happening right now to the truth. And that's why HaShatan is stepping in every way, keeping elements of Christianity and Buddhism and Hinduism and all this in there. When they're awakening to the truth, he's meeting them at the door of that truth, giving them more pagan elements. So not only are they waking up to who they are, now they losing who Yahuah is. It's a trap. So part 1. Hallelujah. We're going to go to Shemut or Exodus 23. I want y'all to hear this. Man, I've been waiting for this message for a long time. Yahuah, he finally gave me the go ahead to do it, but he wanted his name esteemed last time. Listen to this. You shall not raise a false report, nor put your hand with the wicked, to be an unrighteous witness. A false report. Let's break that down. If Christianity is not a lie, and we support it as the truth, is that not raising a false report? Or exalting a false report? Or putting your hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness? Some people say, well, Catholics are just one sect of Christianity. It's not everybody. No, that's a lie. I'm finna show you in here that Yahuah seen Christianity when he was speaking, even at this time. If y'all know him, right? He knows the beginning to the end. I'm finna show you that when he spoke about this, he's seen us going into bondage with these false religions. Christianity being one of the main ones. You should not follow a multitude, a crowd to do evil. Neither shall you speak in a cause to decline after many who wrest or twist judgment. Now watch this. Let's go to 12 and 13, same chapter. 6 days shall you work. Now these are commandments. And on the 7th day you shall rest, that your ox and your ass may rest. The son of your handmaid and the stranger may be refreshed. In all things I have said unto you to be guarded. Make no mention of the name of other Elohim, neither let it be heard out of your mouth. So he gave you the Shabbat, then right after he tells you not to mention other Elohim. This is what they call the Big Ten anyway. All of that in there. Right. Now JC, we finna go into that he is even mentioned as another Elohim. He is not Christianity in the first one to serve him. JC. That's why this is called the demon of Gaul. Right. So with that being said, neither let it be heard out of your mouth. Saying those things, when you see the Shabbat is to be kept, and you begin to call him other mighty ones, like Lord. We say Lord is what? Baal. When we finally find the truth, we find out it's Baal. Right. I'm finna show you this same deity was once called Baal the Black. JC was called Baal the Black. We finna go into all that. I'm just going through this for a second. 14. 3 times you shall keep a feast unto me in the year. 3 times. You shall guard a feast of matzah. Now the reason why I break that down, it says 3 times you shall keep a feast, meaning present yourself 3 times. Because remember in Passah, they kept it in Mitzrayim. But there was 3 times you had to keep the feast where he had commanded it be kept. Right. So that's why it starts with matzah. Passah was just a memorial. You shall eat matzah 7 days, as I commanded you, in the appointed of the month of Abib. For in it you came out. For in it you came out from Mizraim, and none shall appear before me empty. the Feast of Shavuot. That's what they call Pentecost now. Right. You're supposed to count 7 Sabbaths. But they say the Sabbath is done away with. So what are you counting to get to Pentecost? My son Mark broke that down very well when he said that. The first fruits of your labors, which you have sown in the field, and the Feast of Sukkot. That's when he was born. The Mashiach, who we believe in. He was born at Sukkot, which is the end of the year. You have gathered in your labors out of your field. 3 times in the year, all your males shall appear before Adonai Yahuah. You shall not offer up the blood of my sacrifice with Hamas, which is yeast. Neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the Bokar, or the daylight. The first of the first fruits in your land shall you bring in the house of Yahuah Alaheka. You shall not seethe a kid in its mother's milk. Jews teach that you shall not eat meat and milk together, right? But if you see in Bereshit 18, or Genesis 18, Abraham brought meat and milk to Yahusha and the 2 Malachim that were with him. Right? So that kills that. What this is a pagan ritual. That you see the kid in his mother's milk. We finna get to all this. Listen to this. After he says this. Behold, I send an angel before you to keep you in the way and to bring you in the place where I'm prepared. We know that is Yahusha.
Ain't no ordinary.
Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. This is the reason why this angel, who is Yahuah, in messenger form, had to be changed to JC, Son of Christ, or the Christ, they call him. And we're going to break down all that. Because he will not pardon your transgressions against the law. So they had to make him a character that sees the law as offensive and will give you passage for it. We finna go in.
Man, go in.
So he won't pardon your transgressions, right? That's book. I ain't adding nothing to it. For my name is in him.
Wow.
Yahuah YAHUSHA. Because my name sits in him, my Torah is guarded in him. So if you break my Torah, you have profaned my name and made it nothing. He will not pardon you. Because what does it say? Those who can't call on the name of Yahuah shall be saved. So the trick in Christianity is we got to get the name out of there. So we can find pardon for breaking these crimes. In order for this lawlessness to sit right and sit well with us, we have to take out Yah, who breathes life, and give it a deity that we knew was lawless in the first place. Y'all hear this? We gonna keep going. This book, I'm giving it to you. His name is in him. That's why he said, I come in my whose name? Father's name. Yahusha. Yahuah is salvation. And everything he did was say what? What does Masha's Torah say? The Torah. Why did he say Masha's Torah? Because he gave it to him. I'm bigging up Masha because he was obedient enough to record down what I gave to him. So we're not looking at a deity, 2 different deities in the Old Testament versus the New Testament. We're looking at one deity, one power, one mighty one, from the old to the new, the same one. They sit on the same throne. Yahuah is Yahusha. I mean, even in his name, it shows that. We can't get out of that. I want to make that clear because that's why Hebrews come in instantly cutting off the New Testament like it's offensive to them. You know why? Because you've been hurt so much by the Christian devil that you don't want to have nothing to do with that devil. But guess what? They didn't write it. They had nothing to do with it. They stole something else, like they stole all the stuff out of his temple in the first place. They stole his books and sought to paint their images in the text. Ain't that book, Maccabees? Let's go. I'm finna show you. Crazy. But if you shall indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, see there? Look at it now. Look how he worded it. Then I will be an enemy to your enemies, and an adversary unto your adversaries. For my angel shall go before you and bring you into the Emorine, and the Hittite, and the Perizim, and the Canaanim, and the Hivim, and the Yebusim. I will cut them off. Right. You shall not bow down to their Elohim, nor serve them, nor do after their works. But you shall utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their images. See, when we left Christianity, we didn't overthrow it, break it down, nothing. We didn't renounce it. We just moved on. Thankful that we escaped out of it. Yes, ma'am.
I was going to say this, though. If you actually read the KJV, I'm not going to say the new ones because some of them insert little things in parentheses. But if you actually read the KJV by yourself, you could actually come to the truth. But that's why the pastor is put in place in order, and that's why he goes to theological school, and why he's put in place inside of the church to make sure that you don't come to that truth and you don't come to that conclusion of you need to obey and keep the commandments. Right. You need to do what you need to do. Because if he's there, then when you actually find that truth, he's there to steer you away from keeping Yahuah's commands.
Exactly. But see, this is where the Ruach come in. That truth is not in the text. Right. In the KJV. The truth is in the spirit leading you through that to put the pieces together to find the truth. If you call on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the way they did it, you'll find the truth. It's a formula there. But the problem is the lie implanted in there. Look, if you read in the KJV all the way to the back, you're going to see that his commandments are vital. Right. But that's like you said, where the pastor comes in is to lead you away from that and find this. But here's the problem with that. If his name brings deliverance and there's no name in the KJV, how else would you find him but by the Ruach? See, I was reading earlier this morning, me and my shop, we was reading about Masha being sent to Mitzrayim. The Ruach spoke to Aharon or Aaron to come meet him. There was no Torah. Right. Huh? There was no Torah yet. He hadn't gave the 5 books of Masha, what we call it yet. How did Aaron know to meet Masha there? To go with him. You see there? It has to be sensitivity to the Ruach HaKodesh. That's why they gave you now the Holy Spirit. Because it's nothing like the Ruach HaKodesh. Because the Ruach HaKodesh is to lead you into all righteousness and all truth. Right. See there? But the Holy Ghost is only lead you into a little buzzy feeling. And you get up that bucket. Oh, he came in a Honda. Oh, Emo Coco Puff. You know what I'm saying? Like no tongue. Yeah. Oh, Emo Coco Puff. He came in a Honda. And people say, oh, that's mockery. No, it's not. It's mocking the enemy that did it to you. You know why I get that mocking from? Eliyahu. When he told him, how long will you hop between two opinions? Right. If Baal is your Elohim, serve him. Right. But if Yahuah is yours, serve him. And then when they got to cutting themselves for Baal, he said, hey, he called it on him. Maybe he's on the toilet. That's the Aubrey translation. Maybe he's on a long journey. That's right. He was mocking them. Yes, he was. Until they finished. He was laughing at them. Why? Because you knew Yahuah. You just was lukewarm in your decision. See there? Yeah. Pastors have told us, I know his name, Yah. Did he not? Yeah, he did. Many pastors done told us that. I know his name. They say Yeshua, but I just don't care. See, at that point, you become an enemy to Yah. And you already are an enemy to him because the people who made Christianity knew it wasn't the truth. Right. Yeah. You just didn't know why, because that's another prophecy of Yahuah, that you will lose who you are. Yep. That's book, ain't it? That is. The ox knows his master. Yeah. The donkey knows his crib. But Yasharal does not know. They do not consider. Ain't that book? You are designed to be ignorant to Yahuah. Why? Because you have rejected my Torah. I will reject your children. Hosea or Hosea. That's where they get that from. He told us already we're going to be lost. So the lost part is known as a factor that black people do not know who they serve. You serve the white man's deity. Now when I say that, people instantly think Christianity. You get what I'm saying? Or racism. Right. But before Christianity was established, this deity existed. That's why pagans will tell you they existed long before Christianity. Right. JC is just a baby. That's why they always say sweet baby JC. Little sweet, yeah, little nappy. Little Nephilim. He just brand new to them. He has no strength or no power. Remember I just showed that scripture about Zeus. Zeus in Opry means horse. It says a horse is a vain thing for safety.
Right.
For salvation. He has no power in him. And see, what we do as Aubrey when we come into this truth, we feel uncomfortable saying that because we got certain gifts and blessings from that in Christianity. I know. You know, when I'm gonna hit you like this. I mean, when me and my wife, we were praying, we didn't have much money, you know, a Christian radio host, you know what I'm saying, because I did Christian rap, brought us bags of toys. Yeah. And $300 to us. Oh, JC had to do it. He heard me. No, it was to bind you in a lie forever. Yeah. And see, we get all sentimental about it. You know, I know I was blessed. I know he heard me. You have to let this go. You cannot hold on to it, because holding on to it gives you a sympathy for Satan. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm finna go there, man. I'm finna show you where he come from. I'm giving you book first. That's a new one. You have sympathy for the devil. You actually think that because he was JC and he did things for you, you hold on to it. That's why when people say, I've been walking in this about 30-something years. Wait a second. You just woke up to the truth 3 years ago. So how was you walking in something? Well, that's when I was baptized into the Holy Ghost. The Holy Ghost is not the Ruach HaKodesh. Holy Ghost, there you go. You were baptized into a lie. Teach. Yeah. That's why, watch this, if you were baptized into the Ruach, you instantly would reject pork, keep the Shabbat. Right. Huh? I can't do nothing. You instantly would know the book to obey it. But you have been baptized into a lie, so that lie led you to the lie, JC. Man, come on, man. Let's get it.
Gifts pervert judgment.
Man, boy, gifts pervert judgment. And that's what everybody thinks. Yeah. And then even that, like the physical gift, the gifts that they get. Prophecy. That book, Deuteronomy 13, tells you it's easy to prophesy as a sorcerer. That's right. Or a person with another Elohim. Right. He said, if that prophet does not lead you back to obeying my commandments, stone him. I did not send him. Right. That's what he said. Whether it's your friend, the woman of your bosom, and them. Huh? That's book. Yeah. If it don't lead you to keeping the commandments, it is not of Yahuah. Right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. Okay, you should break down the images. This is 23:25. And you shall serve Yahuah Alahekam, and he shall barak, exalt. That word bless is a pagan term. That's why I don't like saying it. It's not saying it, you're not naming another mighty one. I just say exalt because that's the Hebrew word. You get what I'm saying? Bless comes from the term. They took blood. Blood and bless are the same word. You can look up the origin of it. They would take blood to this pagan deity. I'm gonna show you. And they would put it on you, and that was the blessing. You get what I'm saying? When Yahuah says it, he's putting you in a better place. But we see that. He took them out of Mizraim, put them in a better place. Right. When he comes and get us, where are we going? To a better place. To a better place. It's an exaltation. It's a movement into a better place. It's not money. It's not. It's not money. Huh? It's not a better life now. Right. See what I'm saying? It is putting you in a position to go into a kingdom made without man's hands, like Abraham had. Wow. He kept walking, looking for the city. He didn't stop. Wow. And he had money. Why was he still going then? Wow. Why wasn't he satisfied? Wow. Why didn't he just sit there and say, you know what? Oh, these are blessings right here. Hey. My whole family fat. I got the son of the promise. I got me some lemonade. Oh, you know what I'm saying? When I made it. Why did he keep going straight? Why did he tell the king of Sodom, I won't take a shoestring from you? Because I don't want any man to be an exaltation to me. Come on now. Wow. We say we want the blessings of Abraham. Why does he keep going? Because he knows righteous is to continue in a righteous walk. And he died in his old age satisfied. Why? Because now he welcomes children in. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Boy, I get chilled. He welcomes every child that receives the promise of the covenant. Hallelujah. He is able to see every promise. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on. Man, every promise that was given to him, that your seed will be numbered as the sand. Every one of them that comes to me, I can hug him in Abraham's bosom in paradise. I can welcome him in. Why are we stopping at money?
That's powerful.
You've been cheated, man.
At the beginning of talking about Abraham in the book, it starts out, correct me if I'm wrong, it starts out by saying, now Abram was very rich.
See there?
From the beginning, he was rich.
He was rich.
And he still kept moving.
Because his dad, Terah, was a prince in Babylon.
Yeah, he was.
So money did not stop. Like
Come
you said,
on,
money did not
and
stop.
that's Ruach, because I knew it was going to bring it back. We're going to talk about Abraham knocking down the idols. See, that's Ruach.
In his father's house.
In his father's house. Now watch this. Did he show sympathy to the religion of his father?
Why did not?
No. He destroyed them and left.
In his house.
Ran out that boy like Napoleon Dynamite.
In his house.
In his own house. He had to leave it. You gotta leave the religion of your fathers to find the religion of your forefathers. You gotta get past what they believe to find the belief of Yahuah. Come on, man. We finna go here. He shall barak out your bread, 25, and out your water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of you. How many sick Christians do you know?
Too many.
Forever.
You have enough hands and toes to count.
They die sick.
Watch this. It doesn't say bless money not one time in here. He shall bless your bread, your water, and remove sickness. The things that you really need for your life.
Right.
It has nothing to do with money right here at all.
Nothing. You right.
Yes, ma'am.
I think one of the biggest things is, like you were just saying, a lot of people are afraid to leave their parents.
That's right.
For one thing, they know that their parents are not going to come this way. So they're afraid to leave their parents' religions because they're afraid that their parents are going to perish. And they don't want to believe that their parents are going to perish. These are the people who taught them and who raised them.
Yeah.
So you don't want to turn your back on them.
That's it.
You don't
That's
want
right
them
on.
to have
That's
them
right
messed
there.
up.
But this is what Yahusha said.
What he say?
Let me go bury my father. He said, let the dead bury the dead.
That's
Come
right.
after me.
And
He called them dead that when alive they were dead.
He came to separate.
Did you hear that? I came to separate. I don't care about what your family is in. I'm trying to bring you to a place made without man's hands. A position that if they see you renounce the belief that you are in, they may come. But you so afraid to offend, you so afraid to stand against them, you end up compromising and you end up losing the promise.
And they end up
We
walking the
finna
fence.
go there. I'm telling you. Yes, ma'am.
made me think about again the third and the fourth generation when the curses come, and you have the curses to the third and fourth generation. Maybe the generation of the curses stopped at your parents. Maybe they are still up under their curses, still up under their bondage, and you are the person who are going to be free.
The repair of the breach.
Right.
And the generations after.
The repair of the breach. And that's why it says when they didn't tear all the high places down, it says they did not serve Yahuah fully.
Right.
It don't matter. It don't matter if you tear some of them down and then leave up some. Yahuah wants full worship.
Full worship. All of it.
He did not serve them fully.
Right.
Huh? His heart was not fully into Yahuah. Ain't that what happened to Abraham's brother? He said, if nothing happens to him,
Then I'll follow.
Yahuah.
Yeah.
But if something happened to him, I'm going to follow Nimrod.
Wow.
So he was burned up in the flame because you are lukewarm.
Compromise.
You got spewed out.
And when they was at the bottom of Mount Sinai, the oldest people died out. Did nobody follow their parents then? They couldn't.
They couldn't. They couldn't follow him. And then that's a great point too. He says, because you said that the wilderness would devour your children, because you said this will happen to your children, I'm going to let your children see the reward. See there? The fear of losing people is what's going to end up getting us to the pit. The fear of losing those in something that we don't want to be in anymore. Who are you to serve? Let's go, man. Let's keep going. 26. There shall be nothing. There shall nothing cast their young. That means miscarry, by the way. There shall nothing make you miscarry, nor be bearing in your land. The number of your days I will fulfill. I will send out my fear before you. I will destroy out the people to whom you shall come. Remember that in the book? They didn't even want to test you as a Yashralim in the book. They knew who you served. Right. And I will make out your enemies turn their backs unto you. And I will send out the hornets before you. I hate hornets too, bro. Oh,
they rough, man. They
can't
rough.
stand a hornet. And you shall drive out the Hivite, and out the Canaanite, and out the Hittite, from before you. And I will drive them out from before you in 1 year.
No.
And I will not drive them out. Thank you. And I will not drive them out from you in 1 year, lest the land become desolate and the beasts of the field multiply against you. So he's saying he ain't even going to kick them out at one time. He going to gradually wipe them out so the beasts don't overtake it. Man. Little by little. By little and little, I will drive them out from before you until you be increased and inherit out the land. And I will set out your bounds from the Red Sea, even in the sea of the Palestine, from the desert unto the river. I will deliver the inhabitants of the land unto your hand, and you shall drive them out from before you. You shall make no covenant with them.
Right.
Or
How do we have the covenant of our slave master's deity?
Wait, finish it.
I'm finna finish it. I'm finna finish it. You shall not make no covenant with them, nor with their Elohim.
Uh-oh. We have a problem here.
We got a serious problem. I'm finna show y'all. And they shall not dwell in your land, lest they make you commit crime against me. For if you serve their Elohim, it will surely be a snare unto you. That is JC. We finna go there. I had to read that.
Oh,
Get you
goodness. This is wow.
Let me show you something. JC is Jesus of Gaul. Matter of fact, the Spanish term H-E-S-U-S, what they say Jesus, that is the Gaulish demon of the Gauls. Now, who are the Gauls? I'm finna take you all through this. But the Gauls are who we call modern day France. Some of them moved to Turkey. I'm going to show you later on that the Gauls are the letters to the Galatians that we read. The Galatian, that place Galatia was where the Gauls moved into. And believers actually had to run into that. I'm going to show you all this. But I'm going to show you that that Gaulish deity that they sacrificed to, it was cannibalistic. They knew what the Abri deity looked like. They knew what Yahuah said. They knew what Yahusha said. They eradicated our books. It wasn't written in Greek. New Testament was not written in Greek. Anybody who says that is a liar and you do not know history. Matter of fact, I'm going to go into this for a second, that the New Testament was written in ancient Paleo Hebrew. And because the Greeks learned their tongue from the Phoenicians. Look up who Phoenicians are. They are Shemitic people. They are the people of Shem. They learned their first tongue, ancient Greek, looked exactly like ancient Hebrew.
Yep.
If you see this, Yod He Wahe, this is Paleo Hebrew. The ancient Greek look exactly like this. You can Google it. Yod becomes iota. He becomes epsilon. The Wa becomes upsilon. And He becomes epsilon. When you say it, if I say this in Abri, Yahuah. If I say it in Greek, Yahuah. Don't sound too different, do it? They learned their tongue from the Phoenician people who were Abri.
I think I read that too somewhere.
You can look it up. So they modernized it. They have modern Hebrew now and modern Greek to throw you completely off. The old book looked exactly like. So they burnt those books, and the Romans, I'm gonna keep mentioning them, the Romans replaced the burned books with their own deities. Now, with that being done, you cannot easily find Jesus of Gaul. You know why? Because he's JC now. They eradicated almost all history of knowing what this pagan demon was. Because in order to get you to follow it, I got to hide my tracks. So the Celts, I've learned this a long time ago. They say, the Irish people say, you don't speak Irish. That's not a word. We spoke Gaelic. Well, Gaelic was originally Gallic. It means Gaulish. They spoke as Gaul. The term Gaelic was their dialect. They spoke Gaelic. You can even hear it now. It's weird. It's like Middle English. I'm going there for a reason. What's that?
I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead.
All right. Will you address Facebook real quick and let them know that questions and stuff that when you're done, when you guys are done,
Yeah.
and later on when things are wrapped up, you'll go back and you'll.
Yeah, all questions. Yeah, any questions, especially a lot of times people go into these tangents. We'll address them all. I'll make sure that we'll write them down. We'll address them. But y'all gotta follow along because you can't. I mean, you can't ask a question now.
Right.
If I hadn't finished what I said.
Exactly.
Appreciate it. So Gaelic is the Gauls is what I'm on. So I'm finna show you something. Go to Dabarim or Deuteronomy 32:17. I'm finna. It should answer your question by the end of this. Before I go in to read this, I want you to know that Yahuah sees the beginning from the end. Right. We know that, right? So would he not have seen slavery? Would he not have seen them worshiping other deities and introducing it to us? Right? Mm-hmm. If he sees all things and he's all knowing, as we say he is, then that means at some point there's a trace of JC somewhere in here, right? We just missed it. I'm going to show you. Exodus 32. Deuteronomy 32. I'm sorry. Dabarim 32. Deuteronomy 32. Sorry about that. Deuteronomy 32. Let's go to 17. Let's actually go with 15. But Yasharal, they say Yasharal in there. Yasharal waxed fat and kicked, and you waxing fat, and are grown thick, and you are covered with fatness. And then he forsook Allah, who made him. So you got fat, you got comfortable. See what we talking about? Even though Abraham got straight, in a sense, he still went after Yahuah. But when they got fat, they forsook Elohim, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his Yahusha. See that? They didn't give esteem to the rock. Pay attention to that rock. Underline it, highlight it, don't tear it out. They provoked him to jealousy with strange Elohim. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not unto Elohim, to new Elohim, which they knew not. New Elohim that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Of the rock, pay attention to what he's saying. Of the rock that begot you, you are unmindful, and have forgotten all that formed you. You hear this? When Yahuah saw it, he abhorred them, because the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. Then he said, I will hide my face from them. See, this is why you didn't know his name, Yahuah. This is why you don't see him. I will see what their end shall be, for they are very froward generation, perverse, children whom there is no belief. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not all, or a power, or a mighty one. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. This is prophecy, by the way. We sitting in this foolish nation right here. Trump is dumb old Trump.
Crazy.
Foolish nation.
Extra foolish.
Let's go here. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn to the lowest pit, or Shaul, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire foundations of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin my arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with a bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, and the poison of serpents of the dust, sword without, terror within. Wow. A sword outside, terror inside. Where you gonna roll?
Right, you stuck.
Where you running to?
You know well.
How you gonna escape?
I look.
Boy. Sword without, terror within, shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs. I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. Why? Because of the Elohim they worship. Let's go. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and Yahuah has not done all this. Wow. For they are a nation void of counsel, Can you tell a black person anything?
No.
All right. Neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that I would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000 and put 10,000 to flight except their rock? Pay attention to it. Had sold them, and Yahuah had set them up. For their rock is not as our rock. Stop right there. Let me finish this. Even our enemies themselves being judges. I'm going to finish this in a second, but let me say this.
Go ahead.
How many times in Christianity, you can look it up, they call JC a rock?
Yeah.
The rock of ages, rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
I got some verses here. We're going to go to church right here. JC is my rock. My rock, my sword and shield.
Watch out.
He's my will. In the middle of the wheel, you been pagan saint. You ain't gonna he should be afraid, man.
You
I would do, but
He got my
I ain't
and wipe away my tears. JC is my rock, my sword and shield. Rock of ages. Yes, Lord. Clap for me. Yes, Lord. Let me hide. Yes, Lord. Myself and thee. Yes, Lord.
The whole song in
freaking
there.
pagan. Let me go back to read this again. For their rock. Why did he use rock? He seen them call him a rock from that time. Boy, don't play with me.
That's right.
For their rock is not as our rock.
wow, look at that.
That's powerful. That's
Man, I'm
powerful.
finna show you he seen this demon. Even our enemies. Man, look, you can look through. What? Let's go. Okay, we on rock. Let's go for a second. Jump with me for a second. Hazan, Revelation 6:15. I'm gonna show you something. Now remember, Revelation. This is what people mess up on Revelation is. The term in Abri is Hazan. Hazan means haze. It's a vision.
Right.
Everything in this vision is not literal.
Right.
You have now see that's
Right,
when
right.
we can say that is in Revelation, and he breaks down certain things.
Yeah.
That if you do not know the Torah in the Old Testament, what you call it, you will be completely lost.
You're stuck. Yeah.
How in the world can you read Revelation? You don't even know what the Torah says.
That's right.
So let's look at this. Hazan, Revelation 6:15 through 17. 6. Look at this. Look at this right here. This is the coming of Yahuah. Not Yahusha. It's Yahuah as Yahusha. It's the same person. Listen to this. 15. And the kings of the earth, pay attention. Great men, rich men, chief captains, and the mighty men. And every bondman, that ain't mean slaves, right? Boy. And every free man hid themselves in dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And they said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Lamb, one person,
I got you.
one
Okay.
lamb.
Yeah.
For the great day of his wrath is come. And who shall be able to stand? Oh yeah! You see that? They hiding themselves not in physical mountains and rocks, but they are hiding themselves in a false belief system of the rock JC.
Yeah.
Because they know the punishment of the Lamb is coming. How many people know that song when they sang it? Who shall be able to stand?
I ain't
Hey,
here.
man,
I don't know right now.
you know in Revelation, I said, who shall be able to stand?
That's that holiness.
That's the punishment, right? That's Pentecostal holiness. And they sing that song, but they hiding in this rock. This rock is not a physical rock, like hiding in a rock. People got forts, mansions, all this. You said rich people.
Right.
What rocks and mountains are where they hide from? They are hiding in caves and dens and under rocks. Watch this. They'll teach you that this deity I'm talking about is the same one Nebuchadnezzar worshiped. Nebu was the name of his deity that hid in caves and hid in dens. This is the belief system that he's showing you. Watch this. In the defense of Christmas, Kirk Cameron put out a thing about Christmas when we first put it in because I wanted to see what kind of lies he was going to say. I told him, I said, watch, he started off in a cave. He said, it all started in a cave.
Oh, man.
If he was born in a sukkah, even a manger, why are you putting him in a cave? Because Nebo's deity is JC.
Golly, man.
It's the same one.
God.
So they're looking for caves and rocks to find refuge from that with their deity against the deity of deities.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They instantly run to what they see as safety to escape the lamb.
That's crazy.
But he said, I will punish all Elohim, like he did in Mitzrayim. You see that now? It's a beef between Elohim. You just caught in the middle of it. You just a casualty. I'm finna show you. We back in Dabarim.
Right.
Listen to this. man. 32, and what was it? I was at 40. Let me see. Okay, 40. I was at 32. For that vine is the vine of Sodom, and their fields of Gomorrah. Boy. Know that? That's a fruity vine right there. Fruit vines. Their grapes are the grapes of Gaul, and their clusters are bitter. Their wine is poison of dragons and cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me and sealed up among my treasures? To me belongs vengeance, recompense, and their foot shall slide in due time. Remember, I just took you to the end. Said the lamb was coming. He predicting it right here. He telling you right here. The day of their calamity is at hand, and things that shall come upon them make haste. For Yahuah shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants when he sees that their power is gone. And there is none shut up or left. He shall say, where are their Elohim, their rock in who they trusted? Am I making this in the book right? Where are their Elohim, their rock in who he's mocking them? Why? Because you thought JC was the rock of ages. You called him the rock of Gibraltar. You hear what I'm telling you? He already saw this demon. And you trust in a demon. Why? Because you trusted in a man first. You believed that man gave you the right deity. So your punishment shall pour up on you because you put your trust in man and not Yahuah. Let's go. I'm going to say it again. Where are their Elohim? Their rock in whom they trusted, which did eat of the fat of their sacrifices. You gave him the best. Huh? Who don't give JC their best?
They best.
They make Christmas extravaganza.
They got services.
Huh? They got services. You right. They gonna give him the best. Man, come on. You gave them the fat of their sacrifices and drank the wine of their drink offerings. Let them rise up and help you and be your protection.
Wow.
This Yahuah talking. Let him help you.
Wow.
Let him be your salvation. Since you trust in him, name don't even mean salvation. We finna go there.
Go there.
Boy, see, now that I am he. Now see, they always use this, but don't even use it right.
Nope.
They always go to I kill and make alive. That's all you hear out of this. But listen why he say he doing what he doing. See, now I am he. There is no Elohim with me.
None.
None standing.
Just him.
There's no power like me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal.
Come on.
Boy. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Wow. Watch out.
Jesus can't save you from Yahuah.
Talk about it. Wow. Talk about it.
He can't save you. Holler one more time that you're going to pray for me because I'm in a messed up religion or a cult. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. He can't save you out of this hand. This is the true Elohim we in. Yeah. You are in a strong delusion brought on by the very one I serve. Right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Tracy first then.
Go ahead.
Isn't it in Revelations about something about drinking the wine?
In the wine presses. See, I told you I was singing that little grape song today. The grapes of y'all. We got grapes in the vine of y'all.
The grape
song. Jump, a little cartoon.
The grape song.
He says, he says, see now that even I am he, and there is no Elohim with me.
See there?
Okay, if you have no Elohim with him, then you can't have a Trinity.
I'm finna go there. See that? Oh yeah. We finna touch on all that. If there is none with Torah Rabbah. If there is none with him, how is there three? I'm finna show you where all this comes from. I gotta give you book first. Because I wanted you to see that Yahuah sat back and seen all this and said, I'm going to give it to my servants because he doesn't do anything without revealing it to his servants first. Ain't that book? Yeah. So that means they knew who JC was. Go back and take a time machine, Marty McFly, and go ask Masha, did he know who JC was? I don't know him. I don't know him.
Marty
McFly.
Back to the Future. I love that movie.
Take a time machine and ask him, do he know Jesus Christ? He will rebuke you. Because the name I received at the burning bush is Yahuah. That is my name throughout all generations. How do you change that into something with no strength in it? You even removed his name out of it. But you know why they did it? Because if you call on his name, you shall be saved. They know who you are as a people. That's when knowing who you are matters. Not a Black Panther movie.
Wait a minute. Uh-oh.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
You want to get deep? Wakanda was over here in the Americas. You're Native American, but you think it's in Africa now because you don't watch the movie.
I read up on that. I had to ask about it.
See, you got nerd brew Greek like real nerd brew geek like. See, so I ain't making nothing up. But now you think it's in Africa. Now y'all, we don't know.
The Indian did it.
You dummy.
The Indian did it. Yep.
We are the people here. I'm sorry, I went off tangent. I'm sorry. It just burned me up because Yahuah wants to be our power.
Right.
He wants all the fat of our offering. Present your bodies a living sacrifice. Kodesh, acceptable. That is your reasonable service. The least you can do is serve him. He done woke you up, bruh. And I ain't talking about in the morning. You in the truth now.
Yes.
How do you ever go back to the weak and beggarly elements? Wow. That's what Shaul was talking about. Watch this letter to the Galatians he wrote. He was talking to those who serve Isis of Gaul. My letter to the Galatians. You are supposed to be believers. Yeah, anybody got a question right quick, huh? I've been holding this one, man. It's been weeks.
I was just going to say, man, if you could, right before you move on, man, if you would just reiterate what you just said, because religion Christianity has told us so many lies.
Right.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
One thing is that Yahuah is nice and sweet. And
right.
I just want you to just kind of reiterate how he mocks us.
He mocks you
when we rebel against
him. And look at this. Let's go at this. Me and my Ashah was reading the Asher 79, 80, and 81. Every time he put a plague on them, his hand was still stretched out. In Christianity, when you read Yeshayahu and he says, my hand is stretched out still, you think, oh, even though he's punishing us, right. he's still reaching out for us as a lover who wants his people. No, right. he's saying, even though I got plagues on you, I ain't leaving it alone. I still got more plagues coming. Right. The hand is still outstretched, releasing more plagues. It ain't trying to call you back. It's a punishment.
Right. It's not there for I still got time to grab the lifeline when I get ready.
You can't. Right. Once he releases his hand, he will not repent. He will not pull back. So he's giving us a time now, an awakening time, where we his servants, we his prophets, everybody. This is what happened at the mount. He said, I took you out of Mizraim so all of you can be my priests. That's right. Yeah. It ain't supposed to be Levi. Right, that's book. Am I making it up? Right. I want everybody, man, woman, child, all y'all to be my priests. But they didn't want to listen to him. Speak to Masha. Yeah. We don't want to hear it.
Speak to pastor. See, because now it's key what you said. If you don't understand the Torah and the prophets, the New Testament will mess you up.
Come on,
because Kafar said that we are a royal priesthood. He would. Everything they said goes right back to it wasn't a change of a people. No, the same people.
Same people. Same people. Yes, ma'am.
And then you read up there where it said, I will judge my people. So when things go going wrong, you can't blame everybody else.
Let me tell you something. This is all Ruach right here. How do I stand on a street corner telling the white man, hey, I'm going to take your daughter. She's going to be my woman. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, Esau? You going to bow and kiss my boot. Kiss my boot, Esau. He said, I will make them bow to you to show them that I love you. Is that not book? How in the world can I tell you you're going to bow to me if he gonna do it? I am putting myself in his place. So now I'm a problem. Watch this. Daoud said, do not rejoice over the punishment of the enemy or your wicked enemy. Because if you rejoice and he sees your rejoicing, he will remove his hand from them.
That's right.
Ain't that book? So how in the world can I tell somebody that you gonna be bound and you gonna be? That's not humility
at all.
Yahuah said he gonna make your enemy do it. Why? Because to show them that I love you. Well, if he loves me, that means I gotta love him the way he wants me to love him.
Teach.
Not stand on the corner beating my chest with hate.
Right.
Teach. See, on my page I shared, and I did it for that reason. It moved my heart. But I shared it to see the response of those who say they Yasharah. I shared a post about a black woman who saved a police officer because the white man he was arresting, white cop, white man, was about to kill him. So she jumped in and saved this man's life. So the cop honored this black woman for saving his life. So many Yasharim come in it. Oh, that's the love of Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's some old coon stuff right there. I said, let me tell you, this is why YAHUSHA wrote about the Good Samaritan, or the Samaritan they call him. And he told them, it don't matter about color, race, creed, or nothing. Righteousness is done by actions.
Right.
Hallelujah.
See what I'm saying? She could have passed by just like everybody else. Black lives matter. White man don't. Sucks for you. But instead, she jumped in to save a life.
Right.
Didn't Yahuah say that? He said, how much more a man's life than a beast?
Right.
He told you could pull out an ox on the Shabbat.
Yeah.
You could work as hard as you want to pull that animal out to save his life.
Right.
Huh? So you telling me that this white man don't deserve to live? Because you got something against you. You are putting yourself in the place of Elohim. You better be careful. Because right now you are in offense to him. Not to the white man. Not to me.
To him.
You are in offense to him. Because he tells you to do for the stranger. Because you were once a stranger in a strange land.
Right. Yeah. From the beginning he said.
From the beginning he said it, didn't he? He never tells us to avenge the way we want to avenge.
Right.
Every part of vengeance you see in that book is a commandment from him. Right?
Right.
It's a commandment from him. He says, I am Yahuah. I avenge. What he say? There is no Elohim beside me. We're going to touch on that. None beside him. I kill. I make alive. He makes those decisions. We seek him to learn the Hassad of faith. We want granted to us first.
Right.
Vengeance
To be first. Yeah. Vengeance is his, says Yahuah. Then to the Yahweh agree. Man, come on.
teach.
Boy, I love this part. Let me get there. Let me not be something else. For I will lift up my hand to Shemayim, to the skies, and say, I live forever. Wow. I will sharpen my glittering sword. You talking about some Power Ranger stuff. You want a superhero? He got a flashing sword. I looked it up. That boy is flashing.
Yeah.
Remember, little kid, you get that little sword, you press that button, it looks like boy, you can do something. You just jump off there like a soldier off the porch. Yahuah got one. Huh? I will sharpen my glittering sword, and my hand take hold on judgment. I will render vengeance to my enemies, and will reward them that hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood.
Oh my goodness.
And my sword shall devour flesh. This ain't no peace singing. I broke down to a Goyim lady at my job. She said, "Ooh, kumbaya." She started laughing. She said, "What you laugh for?" I said, "It's funny how we know something and we use it the wrong way because it's been taught so wrong." I said, people teach kumbaya as a peaceful little singing thing. I said, but the slaves, because they were Abri, when they were singing kumbaya, it sounded beautiful to the slave master, but they were saying, rise up and avenge us, Yah. Kum means rise. They were singing kumbaya, kumbaya. Oh, that sounds so beautiful. Then the white man got it, put it on the Songs of the South, the racist Disney thing, with Brer Rabbit. And they said, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Then you see all the hippies around trees singing. But see, it was originally designed as save us. Avenge us. We won't even fight. You let them do. You do it. See there? Because, man, the Gullah tribe, the Geechies. The day of the Geechee is coming. The day of the Geechee is coming. Boy, that boy minute is coming.
South Carolina.
So it's about flesh.
Yeah.
And that with the blood of the slain of the captives. He gonna rise up. So that's what they were singing about. He gonna do it. And from the beginning of revenges upon my enemy. From the beginning of revenges. You all hear that? Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people. For he will avenge the blood of his servants. How many people are true Hebrews you thought was killed for the sake of Christianity to hide this truth from us? How many books, how many sages and scribes were actually who knew the book were killed off because they knew the truth? He gonna avenge the blood of his servants, listen to this, and render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. Do y'all hear that? I just want y'all to hear that. And then I'm gonna finish this. And Masha came and spoke afterwards into this song into the ears of the people. He and Husha, son of Nun. That's what his real name was. It wasn't Yahusha. Masha called him that. And Masha made an end of speaking all these words unto Yasharal. And he said unto them, set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which you shall command out your children.
Right.
That means it continues.
Right.
Where does it stop? Tell me. Somebody show me.
Don't.
To observe to do and hide the words of this Torah. Go ahead. All right.
I just want to say this. I'm not trying to trip on,
Come on. I'm going to bring
the movies and all this stuff. All right, but we look at this stuff and we look at Black Panther and we other things that we idolize and worship.
Right.
And I'm not saying everybody did that. Some people just entertainment, but they want to get into that. But
not if they were warned though.
But if you were warned, you know better.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially
rebellion.
The issue is when you know better.
Right. That's rebellion.
That's rebellion.
Yeah.
All right. So but look at this. We ignore the power that Yahuah gave to us, our own people.
Right.
Come on, man. Look at this.
Come on.
Abba spoke to Masha a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
He repeated every single word to the people.
Exactly.
Is that not supernatural?
Yeah. Yeah.
For Abba to speak to him, he didn't write all that down for him.
Right.
He spoke to him and he baruch his memory where he can deliver the very message that Yahuah gave him word for word.
And speaking to 3.5 million people
to
without
his
a microphone.
And speaking to billions of people without a microphone. And we worried about comic heroes.
Yeah. See? But watch this. Now
we don't know
you touched on the vein. Daoud said, through Yahuah, I has leaped over a wall. He was showing the power that he received. Shimshon.
Yeah.
I feel like he was small. Me and Elijah Reck, we was conversating on his page. I feel like he was a small man. But when the Ruach hit him, it made him powerful. That's the story. It never said he was a muscular man. It just says when the Ruach Yahuah came upon him, he began to do feats. It don't matter, man. What would be greater? Seeing a big guy the size of a mountain moving, throwing gates and stuff, or seeing a little guy with long hair, little frail guy. When it hit him, power just comes from him like ain't nothing else.
Like an ant.
Watch this. I got another precept for that. Little Daoud. Malek Daoud. David. When he was small, Yahuah used him as a lad, as a boy, to fight Goliath.
That's right.
Huh? It made him, he used a small thing to show power. He says that the Ruach guided the stone. Read it. It says the Ruach guided the stone. Daoud wasn't a pro like that because he said I wrestled bears and lions. He probably never even used this thing for real. But he knew what he was commanded to do. Listen to the obedience.
Hallelujah.
And it says that the Ruach, read it, guided the stone into his skull. They always show it that the rock hit and did knock him out. It went through him. He said, I will kill you this day twice.
Wow.
He killed him twice. Why? Because that supernatural thing that he was fighting. He was fighting a Nephilim's child. Do you understand that? He wasn't fighting just the champion of the Philistines as a regular man. He was fighting the seed of the fallen. So I'm going to kill you twice. I'm going to hit you with this rock. Then I'm going to cut, he told him, I'm going to cut your head off with your own sword. Now, watch this. That is so exciting to me. I can sit here and read this all day.
All day.
But because you desire witchcraft, because you are tainted with the residue of Christianity, you have the residue of witchcraft on you. You want to go watch some African voodoo and cheer for it.
And call it Yashua.
No, I got people at work that said when they seen the movie, they seen them. Some people had these on.
Right. See there?
So I'm looking at them like.
Now watch this. You brought. See, you did it. It's your fault. You brought this to me. Now you sit down in a movie seat.
Okay.
And you look over. To a Kemet. Who has the deity of the Panther God on his chest, on his chain, because that's where Black Panther gets his power from. And he looks at you and says, "Look, that's it right there, Black. Hey, King.
Right.
Where you get that power from?" What can you say? Are you gonna say, "Yahuah rebuke you"?
You went there with him.
You went there with him, huh? Because he knows that's a real deity.
Right.
He pray to it every night. One day I'm gonna be like that. Wakanda forever. What you gonna do? You have put yourself in subjection to a spiritual power up under the authority of a movie. Who I can show you in every form. They bring in voodoo priests, Satanists, and everything to do spells and rituals in that movie to feed your ruach.
Right.
Look at the Evil Dead. They say they use the real book of the Necronomicon. This ain't the game. That's why the building is being pronounced. This ain't the game. This ain't a joke. When Yahuah said, "I am offended by the mighty ones of Egypt." Huh? And then you have the nerve to turn right around the next day and then start laughing at people about Valentine's and whatever else.
Yeah.
You a hypocrite.
Yeah,
Yahuah is not with you. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Now that's not everybody, because some people just went to movies not knowing the implications. Some people don't even know he gets his powers from a Panther deity. Right. You get what I'm saying? They may just want to be entertained. But as Aubrey, we have to find discernment to say, "Hey, I wonder what Yahuah feels about this." Right. Huh? Acknowledge him in
always.
Wait, no, that ain't his book. Acknowledge him in
always.
So when you gonna acknowledge him then? In all your ways, meaning even movies.
Right.
Even what you listen to. You need to bring it to him. He is the Elohim of all. Yes, ma'am.
I did not watch the preview. I did not read about what the movie was about, but just looking at the characters on Facebook, I did not feel right.
See there?
Thinking about going to see it.
It's crazy. But we're not going to go into that. We're going to talk about the other deity.
But is we not supposed to
because we worship him more than we worship Black Panther.
Right.
The other deity you talking about.
Right, we worship Jesus. We are supposed to warn.
Right.
Yeah. And see, everything that we did was a warning, but they got offended by it.
Do they rather not us warn?
Because they ruachs want the voodoo.
It ain't about what they want.
Huh? Right. Watch this.
Because
when Masha took them out.
Go ahead.
They said it'd have been better if we was at the gates eating from the flesh pots. Mm-hmm. You left us out here to die. Wait a second. Masha didn't bring you out. See? You give another credit to another man.
Right.
Yahuah brought you out.
Right.
Why you don't talk to him? But because you know Masha is right, you need somebody to rebuke because you know you don't want to beef with him.
That's right. That's what I
gotta rebuke. So rebuke me all you want.
Right.
I'll be the bad guy. But guess what? At the end, it ain't me you standing before.
Right.
See what I'm saying? The warning that we are commissioned to do as Aubrey Yashralim. We are commissioned. We boast that we the people. We say we chosen.
Right.
We beat our chest on that. But then if you chosen, many are called, but few are chosen. So if you chosen, that means your life should look different from the lives around you. Huh? You say you hate Jews. I hate the white man. Oh, the white man make a black movie? Let's go see it.
How you gonna do that? If that's what you want.
You sound like an idiot.
No, for real. Same one. Same one 2-3 months before. Go all the way in on fake Jews in Hollywood and all this.
And Stanley Lieber is a fake Jew. He is a Romanian Polish Jew. You can look up his profile. He made Black Panther because just like that, he wants to worship deity. That book, we going there.
What's so funny
I don't want to go into tangent on that.
What's so funny about it is
we gonna make a whole thing on
it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. What's so funny about it is what I thought was more funny than anything about the release of Black Panther was on the same exact day the movie was released. A biblical based Bible based movie was released the same day. Samson, all white cast.
Yep.
Nobody said nothing.
But that's funny though.
No uproar about it.
Of course, it wasn't a blockbuster.
And that's supposed to be the actual Bible story.
Has the Black Samson in it.
Right. Yeah, the Bible teaching had the Black Samson in it. But see, this is the trick of Hashatan. Voodoo draws us. Let me tell you why. This is why I'm on this. It's the power we seek it. We power roaches. I'm putting it out there. We power roaches. We will scatter in groups to what we think is power. That's why you see Benny Hinn with his coat. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, if he got this much power, why the cameraman ain't fall? Why did he knock him over? Why he still filming?
Wait. If he got that much power and he believes so much, why didn't he just speak it? Why he have to have an object?
Right. So we power hungry. So as power roaches, I'm gonna call you that. You look for what's giving off the strength. What's giving a source of power that you're looking for. When you come into this, Time Magazine right now, look it up. It's called The Spiritual Awakening. They know what's happening. And it's got a yoga person sitting on there. You don't see him, but it's rainbow color with all the little chakras and stuff on it. You know why they put that out at the perfect time? Because even awakened Hebrews, so-called, are power roaches. That's right. They are looking for chakras to be touched. Pineal gland, bruh. When Jacob sat at the ladder, it hit his pineal gland. You know the pineal gland is in your head? The Hebrew word is panial. It means face of Elohim. Right. That's not your pineal gland. That ain't even Hebrew. But man, listen, King. The depth of it, King. And when you feel power. See, all you looking for is the same thing they needed in Mizraim and when they left. When they left and they seen Masha was gone, build us a calf. We need something to be a conduit for power.
Tangible.
You better teach us.
Huh? Tomorrow it shall be a feast unto Yahuah. How do you tell him when he gonna have a feast?
Right.
When he brought you out in the first place to keep the feast. Right. But we need something tangible.
Yeah, you better.
I put a post up there. Everybody go crazy when I put certain posts. I put a post on there. I said Yasharal have had 3 golden calves. Crickets. They had that one, and then Yorubam and Roabam, they made 2. And people would rather travel as far as Dan than go to Jerusalem. Yeah. They power hungry. That's hungry for power. Why? That's why the reward to the Kadeshim was you shall receive power after the Ruach HaKodesh has come up on you to be a witness. In Samaria, Judea, and to the othermost parts of the world. He was going to give us power at Mount Sinai. Yep. But because you like evil so much, you rejected true power.
Teach us.
You power roach.
One thing was, like you just said, with them rejecting it. They didn't want to be responsible for whatever it was that they heard. Right. So just like people don't want to be responsible. Well, my pastor said this and my pastor said that. So that null and void, they feel like them being responsible. I used to hear all the time, oh, if you don't know any better, then you won't be held responsible. That's not what the word says. It says that he who does not know will be whipped with fewer stripes. So
you're still getting stripes.
Yeah, but you still gonna get.
How many is fewer? He might give you $1 million for you knowing. And
999
for not knowing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take a chance. Because see, that's what Christianity does. Thank you for bringing it back to this. Christianity says, if I can just be a doorkeeper in the house of God. See, you want the low position. Why? Because you don't want to do no work, you wicked and lazy servant. But watch this. Matthew 13:41 says that when he comes back to his kingdom ain't up there. His kingdom down here. Your kingdom come. Your will be done. He says, I'm going to cast out those in my kingdom who work lawlessness. Right. See, they take those who teach lawlessness, do lawlessness, and teach others to do so. They will be called least in the kingdom. See, that's a loophole. Because the kingdom is here. Matter of fact, he even told the Pharisee, the kingdom is within you. It's going to turn everything up in the kingdom of Yahuah. The kingdom of this earth is going to become his. So while you hollering Wakanda forever, Wakanda ain't going to be here. Huh? You going to T'Challa then.
Doesn't it also say, in relation with that, doesn't it also say that punishment is going to happen in the presence of...
Yeah.
in the presence of Yahushua
Yeah.
and his angel.
Yeah.
So that means it's going to be, punishment is going to be, is part of the kingdom.
Yeah.
Now, I want to share this real quick. I was in Iowa last week. I passed by the Iowa State Penitentiary. Wow. It has an American address. Wow. It's part of the kingdom. The prison is part of the nation. When we listen to you will be least in the kingdom, we better be careful. See, your lawlessness will mess you up. Because every inmate in those penitentiaries is part of the United States of America. Wow. But it ain't fun. Man. It was the maximum security prison right in the middle of the city.
Ain't that
I remember I got to my account and I said, "Are you serious?
Wow.
They got this maximum security penitentiary in the middle of the city?" I mean, it was like less than a mile away from the account, from Dollar General.
See there?
You walk out Dollar General, go less than a mile, there's an Iowa State Penitentiary.
And that's why he says, dogs, sorcerers, and anyone who makes a lie shall be outside the gates. Dogs, sorcerers, dogs is impudent men. Sorcerers, and anybody who makes a lie. Now watch this, making a lie. Let's talk about it. Let's go here. I'm gonna give you a book. It's the demon of Gaul is mentioned in the book of Druidism. You just look at the book, don't read it or nothing. And related ancient practices, spiritual practices, published in 1849, called Etude sur le symbolisme druidique. See, it's French. Why is it in French? Because Gaul used to be France. They ain't teaching us right because they giving us their history. Right. Gaul is French. Matter of fact, that's Japheth then, because Franza, in the book of Jasher, was the sons of Japheth. Right. This is your white man. You got a black JC up there who chest all up and glistening on your shirt.
Glycerin.
Yeah, they got them glistening. They want them sexy. You know, they got women. They got to bring women in the kingdom, huh? So that's Yahuah YAHUSHA. You know what I'm saying? That's Yahuah YAHUSHA. That's how he look. Come on, man. You don't look like that either. I'm talking about chest all up. Just look at how it is. Shining.
Mustache.
Got his eyes red and shining. Shining chest. You know, pagans, bro. You're pagans. In 1849, they released that book. The Gaulish religion of ancient Gaul is aka modern day France. Now we finna take a history trip. There was a supreme deity whose name they merged. I say name merged. They said it was lost in time. But if it was lost in time, how can I find it? See, don't listen to the white man lying to you. That's when I bring up the white man, because he the one brought these lies to you. It's not racist, it's just the truth. So don't listen to his lies, because they'll say Hebrew is a dead language. If Aubrey was a dead language, why do you know it? Why can't I speak it? Huh? Where did I hear it from? Huh? Ain't that something? You speak it, don't y'all? If it, see there? If it's a dead language, they call it a dead tongue. Why then does what do they call this? Cargo Willie. Why did he come out over here in the 1800s? A black man from Africa hid over here to get freedom, came out speaking ancient Hebrew to the point that the scholars and college professors granted him freedom if he taught them that tongue. It's not dead, you hid it. See, these are not lost books, you hid them. It's a twist on a lie. See, anything that worketh the lie is going to be outside the kingdom. It's not dead, you just hid it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you. The Aubrey matters. What did you was going to say something more? Somebody asked a question.
What book did you just read from?
I got it from Etude sur le symbolisme druidique. It's in French. But the Druid symbolism is what it's called. It's published in 1849. The Gaulish religion of ancient Gaul, modern day France, it was a supreme deity whose name was merged, because they say lost. It's not no dead languages. Don't get out of that foolishness that they lied to you about. I met a guy and I told him the same thing I told you, that Paleo Hebrew and Paleo Greek looks exactly like. He said, you're exactly right. But he teaches his church Greek. He ends his messages in Greek and speak it fluently. I hit him with the fluid Aubrey. He said everything he's saying is the truth. But this is the lie he shared at the end, but he was leaving out, so I couldn't stop him. He says Abraham wasn't a Hebrew. He was a Chaldean. That's not true. He lived in Chaldea, but in Ur of Chaldees, but he was Hebrew. But see, in order to say that, they like to say, well, don't focus on the bloodline, focus on the spirit, which I agree on. The bloodline is only focused on knowing who you are, so you can come into Yahuah, to walk in the spirit.
That's right.
To lead you somewhere.
Yes. It ain't knowing who you are and then get comfortable. I know who I am.
Because we agree.
Then I light some candles up and pray to Buddha. Because he was an Israelite, bro. Buddha was an Israelite. See, I can agree with that. He probably was Aubrey, but he wasn't in no truth. He was a pagan.
He wasn't
Yasharal. Right, he wasn't Yasharal. To Yahuah, he's evil.
As Ezekiel.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As Ezekiel. Right.
It was the Hebrew Israelites, you call them. We call them Aubrey, who made the golden calf in the wilderness.
Right.
This day is a feast of Yahuah. They didn't name it no Egyptian deity.
Right.
They named it Yahuah.
Right.
Huh? And he said, my anger wax hot. Get down this mountain. If you don't, I'm finna destroy everybody. We're like, all right. I'm going down.
Calm down.
And I'm going to handle it. He said, kill everybody. Pummel the thing. Make gold slaughter. Make them drink it. Then kill it. See? He pummeled it. Made gold slaughter. Put the stuff in the water. Made them drink it. Then he killed it. He knew the severity. If I don't do this, what's going to happen when Yahuah come down? He had already told them in 19 chapters before that, clean yourselves up, be Kadesh under me. Don't even come near the mountain. Don't even come to the bottom. If any goat, any animal, run it through, get it away. That's how serious it was on the top of the mountain. So what would have happened if he came down the mountain to paganism?
Oh my goodness.
We don't reason in ourselves.
Right.
We take it light.
Yeah,
we take it light.
He ain't light.
Huh? Man, it would have been epic. Oh my goodness. Flesh everywhere.
There would be no Israel.
That would have been the mountain of Posh.
Yeah.
A mountain of flesh.
Yeah.
Flesh meat mountain.
Flesh meat mountain.
We'll be saying that right now.
It's real.
In this so-called awakening, because I'm convinced that there's two. There's something that's true and there's something that's false.
Right. It's the way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end are the ways of death.
In that so-called awakening, we're so focused on color that we forget that our own people, that most of the time in the writings, when Yahuah is talking about the wicked, he's talking about his own people.
That's right.
We forget that.
In every way.
He cuts off the people after that because of the wickedness they continue to do.
We forget that our people had wicked and righteous. Right. Just because you find something and can attach it back to our people doesn't mean it was the righteousness.
Laban had shrunken heads. Laban had shrunken heads. Did you not read it? Yep. You put a coin in the mouth. It speak out where you at. Yeah. That's culture. But that ain't righteousness.
Right.
Wow. See how we get messed up?
Yeah, it's culture.
I'm finna jump into this Gaul.
I was gonna say that's one of the things that we were talking about before, because it was a lady not too long ago talking about, well, the Indians are supposed to be us and they smoke weed. I said, okay, that's great and all, but even if they are supposed to be us, I said, smoking weed, would that make them righteous? Right. I said, because didn't we disobeying the commands and the laws of Yahuah?
They also got totem poles with deities all on.
We need to go ahead and
see that I'll say this: the Cherokee and stuff from the truth, they are us. That'll be a whole nother teaching later on. You will see. They called him Yahuah. But the same way Laban called him Yahuah. When he came to get him a wife, when he sent Eleazar to come get him a wife, he said Yahuah. But he was right in there putting coins in the mouth. Dropping tokens in his arcade.
See that?
Huh? He was still serving other demons, but he knew Yahuah. Right. It don't make no difference.
Beginning of their farm.
But that's another thing about when you go back to what Andre just said too. He was just talking about that we forget that our people have wicked people too, right? Because that goes back to Christianity. Because in Christianity we are taught not to judge other people.
See there?
And that's one of the things you're not supposed to. The word tells you to look at them and judge them by their fruit. But Christians teach, okay, well they say they're a Christian, they live in this way. We're not supposed to say anything about them because that's the way they choose to worship, and we choose to worship differently. But exactly, we're supposed to do righteous judgment. But in Christianity, everybody is. You forget that some people are not, and then that's how it comes to how people end up getting caught up in, messed up in witchcraft and all of that stuff. Why? Because nothing can harm them as a Christian.
Now, let's go here. Christianity. It's a lady, Polish lady, Jew, gypsy. You can look up gypsy. Gypsies and Jews are the same people. They don't want you to know that they are. They are gypsies. Matter of fact, you can look up the history. They'll tell you they are gypsy people. Gypsies have always been portrayed as what? Like magicians, circus dwellers, travelers with magic and stuff. Every time you see a gypsy. One lady makes millions. If I find a video, I'll put the link up there. She provides enough money for her family over there. Nobody works but her. She has JC on a white cross, and she channels through him to get information. She serves Jesus. Now, is she a Christian? She got to be, right? Because every time you hear Christian, they serve Christos. Christos is the deity Krishna. I'm going there for a reason. Witchcraft is channeled through there. She gets this information and she prophesies to these people. She is filthy rich over there in Poland. That's how she make her money, as a gypsy witch. Okay. Catholic Church do the same thing. They got their little smoke blower. I can't remember what the guy called it at the event. I asked him about it. It's a little smoke blower. Then they got the monstrance with the wafer in it, the host, the body of of Christ.
Not the Mashiach.
Right, the body of Christ. And they say when you eat it, it physically bleeds in your mouth.
Wow.
That's what they teach. And they weigh this monstrance, kissing little boys, touching them at the same time. They Christians, right? They Christians. Now you have said that's not us. That's a Christian. That's a different type of Christian. Everybody that say Lord, Lord ain't gonna make it to the king. See, they compromise that. Now watch this. You have a Pentecostal. They teach that you wear long dresses and you do this and that. But then when the Holy Ghost hits you, oh, boom. Is that not witchcraft? Where in the book do you see that?
Nowhere.
Sorry about that. But where in the book do you see this? You get what I'm saying? But they look at everybody else and say, those not real Christians. Now here's the problem. That Pentecostal person who just had the sun ghost hit him.
There it goes.
That boy is superstitious. New Year's, they got the peas out. They got the pork and the peas and the greens to represent prosperity. To the deity of swine. This is what I'm finna go on. The Gaulish deity was a swine deity. That's why you see a lot of the Gauls and stuff have boar heads on, or they ride boars and stuff like that. So, they done said that they ain't the same people as the witch I gave you in Poland, the gypsy. As the Catholic Church, they something different. But still, they doing witchcraft. Then you have the Seventh-day Adventists, who look for Ellen G. White and say she summoned the Christ, and prophecy came with that he's appeared. He never showed up. Fake prophecies. Right. What do you do with that? You got Mormons. Hill Cumorah, they waiting for JC to come out the sky.
There it is.
Come on down. They wearing magic underwear. It's like Satanism. Matter of fact, they tell you that if you want to leave the hard Satanism, Bill Schneebel have said this many times, you go into Mormonism, same rituals and stuff, but it's not hard Satanism. They serve Jesus Christ. Matter of fact, they call their stuff Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
The LDS. Jehovah's Witness. They served this man, Charles Taze Russell, who built a pyramid when he died. They had a pyramid when they buried this boy. He said the two pyramids in Egypt was the two witnesses to come. Straight witchcraft. What do you do? When do you get to a point to say, no, we the real Christians? Ignore all that. I can keep going. Right. But for the sake of time, we're going to hit you one more. Then you have the Yazidis. They are Christians overseas. This is what, listen. They serve the peacock angel. This is who Obama went to save over there. Everybody had an uproar, said he went to save Christians. Then he must be a Christian. They worship the peacock angel. They are called the Yazidis. So when do you get to a point to say one of these is not like the other? Every one of them serve in the name of JC. Every one of them serve a demon. When do you cut the line off then? Something is wrong with this picture if every offshoot that comes from you has a demon attached.
Right.
Where's the main vein? You know why? Your mother is a whore.
There it is.
The Roman Catholic Church founded it by destroying the truth, and they built upon a lie. I'm finna go there.
Wow.
Jesus of God.
Wow.
Teach it.
Let's go. Gaulish ancient supreme deity, whose name was merged with the demon we know today. I call Jesus a demon. That's what he is. He is a devil. He is a liar and he is a deceiver. The reason why I say that is because you can't get your parents to sit down, family to sit down, cousin, uncle, wife, ex-wife, whatever to sit down, open one scripture of the book they say they know to look at the truth. He is a blinder. He is a liar from the beginning. That means he looks like who? Satan. See there? It's many devils. It ain't just one. We look for Satan as one little guy just traveling all around the world because we heard in Yahuah or Job, he asked, where is he going? I'm traveling to and fro. You think that one guy doing all this? He ain't powerful enough.
He got his way.
Even in his esteem that was given from Yahuah, he asked a third to come with him. He convinced the third to come with him. Then you got 200 that came down in the time of Gary. They are everywhere. They want exaltation. This Jesus is a new boy on the block. New kid on the block. Baby Jesus. Little private. That's why when you try to cast out a devil in his name, they get to cussing at you and everything. Why? He's just a baby. I've been around for tens of thousands of years. And you use the baby to come at me? Nowhere in the book do you see a devil get cast out that they rebuke or cuss at Yahushua. Or his followers. Because you can say Yahushua was Elohim, which is all powerful. But one said, Yahusha I know, Paul I know, but who are you? And jumped on the boy and tore him up. The 7 sons of Sceva. They ripped them naked and Yahuah got esteem because they heard the demon say that. Yeah. And the place blew up in a revival of truth. And they burned their sorcery books. See, the first thing they did was cut off the hindrance of spirits.
There it is right there.
The first thing they did. Now you tell me if Christianity is this. The first thing done is to burn books of curious arts and sorcery in order for us to get a perfect connection with the Creator. But Christianity teaches you to throw salt over your shoulder. Don't sweep my feet. Don't sweep my feet, I'm gonna go to jail. Some people say, don't sweep my feet, I won't get married. Either way, you don't want to. Yeah, I spit on the broom. Yeah. Paganism everywhere.
And minimizes everything that's righteous.
We finna go there, man. Everything that's said to do, they eat swine. I told you I seen a dude with a shirt on. I know Jesus loves me because he created bacon. Oh, man. That was his shirt. Almost passed out. It said, I know Jesus loved me because he created bacon. Bruh. Huh? Now what you finna say, huh?
I want to ask you, like, where did this jumping the broom come from?
Man, all that is not nowhere in the book. Jumping the broom, all this stuff has been handed to us by witches. When these guys came over here in ships, they had the Tannenbaum religion. They served little imps and devils. Look up elves. Man, in this book I'm writing, man, I'm telling you, man, I brought Yahuah. It says elves are devilish imps. Now, why you running around with elf ears on? Wow. Huh? Tell me. But you gotta go to the bathroom, Pop. Crawl on down. You good?
Nobody gonna shoot you.
Yeah, this ain't church.
Can you just touch on where that comb come from that they wear?
Use the springtime.
Can you tell me on where that comb come from?
Oh, the comb. That's a sorcerer's comb. And I'm finna go there because Isis of Gaul has that on the stone. Thank you, on that comb is to channel magic. So when you celebrate your birthday, what they put on your head? Yeah. See that? And they say, blow out the candle and make a wish. Give you power to get what you want. The cake is circular because it represents eternal life. And you parted. It was the parting. That's why it's a birthday party. The word party comes from a parting. That when you cut that cake, it was a sacrifice. That's why the gingerbread man, because at that time, they would make human images of cakes so they could sacrifice them to celebrate the sacrificial ritual. Wow. So the cone, you can see it on everything. Gnomes, Santa got one, Smurfs.
The movie Coneheads.
Conehead, god dog. All that is to sacrifice. Why? I'm glad you brought that up. Because the fallen's heads are cone shaped. Wow. It's to get the same power from your father.
Don't round your head.
Man, let's go. Don't round the corners of your head. Let's keep going. The demon we know that rules over Christianity, the supreme deity was represented by a trinity. That's what Steph brought up earlier. That's why I said we finna go there. The Trinity was these three deities. Tut, Teut is what it's called. Baal the Black, and Kor. 3 different deities. Isis of Gaul was 3 different workings of one deity. That's why when you see a person with a Celtic symbol on them, it's the trifecta, or it looks like a 3 of something. It's 3 different pieces. It's on the Bibles. What's the name of the Bibles? I had the Bibles in my head. Y'all will bring back. But on special Bibles, they actually have that Trinity symbol on the Bible. On the actual Bible. It's on there. The Trinity is on that Bible. Why? Because they worship the Trinity. That Trinity was introduced when Rome conquered the Gaulish people. They wanted that power because they had a hard time beating the Gaulish people. Why? Watch this. When they would celebrate to the demon of Gaul, they would eat the flesh and drink the blood of one of them. They had to give up themselves as a sacrifice. Listen to this. They would eat his blood and drink eat his marrow and drink his blood.
And give him power.
It would give them supernatural demonic power.
Yeah.
Julius Caesar, see there, could not even beat them. To the point that when they finally overcame them, he asked their magicians and their sorcerers, how did they win? And they told him. And what they did was adopt Isis of Gaul into the Roman Empire. Rome. Remember, I keep saying Rome. Roman Catholic Church. Keep that in mind. Now, listen to this. So if that's the Trinity, why do you hear this? Dabarim or Deuteronomy 6.
Where are you going to go to 12?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Read.
32. Or Dabarim 12. Deuteronomy 12.
Man, Barak Yahuah, man, it's gonna have to be put out, and we're gonna have to renounce this as a people. We're gonna pray a prayer today to renounce this demon. I know me and my wife renounced Baal in Christianity and came into some truth, but we didn't renounce JC. We didn't renounce Christianity at all. And this came when I was in prayer. The Ruach told me, he said, when are you gonna renounce Christianity? When are you gonna renounce it? He said, you renounce everything else. Tell the people they must renounce Christianity. It got to come to the messenger first, man.
That's good. These are the commandments and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land, which Yahuah Elohim of your fathers give you to possess, all the days that you live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy at all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve at their Elohim, upon the high mountains and upon the hills, and under every green tree.
Stop right there. Every green tree.
Every green
Christmas has a green tree. Tannenbaum has a green tree. Everything has a tree. Even Halloween has a tree. People don't know that because they remove so many of the ancient elements. Under every green tree, trees are used as a conduit or a channeler for spirits. That's why you have wood sprites in trees. That's why people do what? Knock on wood. See there? And they instantly do it. They don't even think about it. Nope. I had so many people do it this week. I just been counting.
Conscience
they just knock on wood. I hope this don't happen. They knocking on the wood to conjure the spirit in that wood to protect them.
In JC's name too.
Wow.
Come on, keep reading, man. We gonna touch on all this.
This will be
come on.
Important. And ye shall overthrow at their altars and break at their pillars and burn their Asherah poles with fire.
Asherah poles with fire. Asherah poles is every tree. What's this? What?
Nothing.
The Christmas tree is based on the whole thing you see. All them Asherah poles, the maypole. You know, here we go around the maypole. You guess what I'm saying? Yeah. Here we go around the maypole is the Asherah pole. It's just evolved into what's new.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And you shall pull down graven images of their Elohim and destroy out the names of them out of that place.
Right.
The names. You shall not do so until Yahuah Elohim comes, but to the place which Yahuah Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to put out his name there, even to his habitation, shall you seek, and thither shall you come. Now turn to 29, the same chapter. Same chapter, 12, 29.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
29. When Yahuah YAHUSHA shall cut off the nations from before you, whether you go to possess them, and you succeed them and dwell in their land, take heed to yourself that you be not snared by following them. After that, they be destroyed from before you, and that you inquire not after their Elohim, saying, how did these nations serve their Elohim?
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Even so will I do likewise.
Wow. See there? Wow.
Yeah. That's what Caesar did, eh?
Yeah. That's what we doing now. You should not do so unto Yahuah YAHUSHA. For every abomination to Yahuah which he hates, have they done unto their Elohim. For even out their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their Elohim. What thing soever I command you, observe to do it. You should not add thereto, nor diminish from it.
So how is it a trinity? And I'm gonna go to this and we'll visit this back again in part 2. But Shama Yasharal, Yahuah Eloheinu, Yahuah Akkad, Uahapta Ach Yahuah Eloheka. You know what I'm saying? He says, hear and guard, O Yasharal, Yahuah, your Elohim, Yahuah is one. You shall love Yahuah, your Elohim, with all your inner man, with all your outer man, with all your strength. Now, if he's one, he continues to say one. Even Yahusha says, I and my Father are one. Where did you get this Trinity from? You got this Trinity from the Easters of Gaul. And I'm going to show you. Let me go ahead. Jesus was his name. That's how you actually pronounced it. That's why they say the letter J is nothing but 500 years old. They say, well, then how can you say that they worship the same one? Because Jesus, you even hear Spanish people say that now. It's got a big J-E-S-U-S on their outfit. And they say, oh, that's not Jesus. That's Jesus.
Right.
Great imitation. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the same one. You can't get out of it. Gauls were in the Galatians were spoken of by the letters of Shaul, but I'm gonna read this first. Ancient Galatia was an area of the highlands of central Anatolia in modern Anatolia. I'm sorry, Anatolia in modern Turkey. Galatia was named from the immigrants Gaul. See, they migrated from what is called France now to Turkey. And Galatia was named after them because they were Gauls from Thrace, who settled there and became its ruling caste in the 3rd century, following the Gallic invasion of the Balkans in 279 BC. It has been called Gallia, or Galatia of the East. Roman writers calling the inhabitants Galli, which means Gauls or Celts. See there? So we'll read Galatians 1 and 12 right quick. 1 8 through 12. Let me show you something. I'm telling you, man, we've been lied to. And we just fell for the okie doke. That's how it works. So, alright. Galatians 1. Let me say this. The Gauls of the Galatians spoken of in the letters of Shaul. That's why it's Galatia. Shaw, an apostle. Not of men, neither by men, but by Yahusha, HaMashyach, and Yahuah the Father, who raised him from the dead. And all the brethren which are with me, to the called out assemblies of Galatia. He ain't speaking to pagans. Right. See, Christianity teaches that it's all to the Gentiles. Nope. It's to the called out assemblies that Gentile converts may be in. But they're all Akim. It's not just Galatia, because they're pagans. Hassad be to you, and peace from Yahuah the Father, from our Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, who gave himself for our crimes, that he might deliver us from this present evil world, not to remain in it spiritually, according to the will of Yahuah and our Father, to who be esteemed forever and ever. Amen. I marvel that you are so soon, quiet, that you are so soon removed from him that called you by the Hassad of HaMashiach to another good news, which is another good news, which is not another, but there are some that trouble you. I would pervert the Besorah of HaMashyach. But though we, or an angel from the Shemayim, preach any other good news to you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. He says it again. As we have said before, so now we say again, if any man preach any other Besorah unto you that we have received, let him be accursed. Now go to Galatians 3 and 1. I'm just giving you the reasons that you know that these are the Galatians of God. O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you, that you should not obey the truth. We talked that before, that the truth is what? The Torah.
Right.
Before whose eyes Yahushua HaMashiach has evidently set forth, crucified among you. Only I will learn of you. Receive you the Ruach by the works of the Torah or by hearing of the belief. He's calling them foolish. Later on you hear in Colossians, he talks about people worshiping the weak and beggarly elements.
Right.
These Gaulish people and all the other nations worship weak and beggarly elements. Now go to Romans. I'm going here for I got a point. Trying not to rush you. Romans 1:13. Listen to what he said.
I like 10 for
man.
They say they ain't got no excuse.
Yeah. Romans what? Romans 1:10
of creation. His invisible attributes was known. His eternal power and divine nature has been clearly seen.
Okay, look at this. Romans
1:13.
Now I would not have you ignorant, brethren, that oftentimes I purpose to come to you. He traveled by ship. Pay attention to that. He traveled by ship. Listen. And oftentimes I purpose to come unto you, but I was let hitherto. Let means to hold back. That's why you hear in Thessalonians, he who is let will let until time comes. He's talking about the Ruach, hindering people. Let is a pagan or ancient term. Well, I was going to say a pagan term because the King James writers put this let in there. Let means to hold back. So he was withheld to come to them by ship. I'm going to show you why. I was let hitherto that I might have some fruit among you also, even as among the other people, Gentiles. I am a debtor both to the Yavanim. Yavanim in Abri means Greeks. Listen to this. And to the barbarians. Did you know that's in there? To the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. Now people use it, modern day terms, barbarian as like a savage. Right. But I'm going to show you who the barbarians were. They were people. So much in me, I am ready to preach the Besorah to you who are in Rome also. He was actually in that area. Now watch this. For I am not ashamed of the Besorah of HaMashyach, for it is the power of Yah unto the salvation to everyone that believes. Everyone. To the Yahudi first, who we call a Jew, and also to the Yavanim. Now watch this. Barbarian. Barb. The word barb, the word origin. I'm big on word origins. Reason why? Because if you're not on word origins, you'll miss a lot of stuff. Barb, the origin Latin. Barba means beard. In Old French, all you got to do is put barb word origin. Old French, barbe. B-A-R-B-E. Barb. Middle English. Middle English from Old French, barbe. From Latin, barba. Beard. That's what it means. So we got that out the way. Barbarians. Aryan or Aryan, racial grouping used in the period of the late 19th century and the mid 20th century to describe people of European and Western Asian, pay attention to that, heritage, aka Caucasian. Now when you hear Asian, and what I'm finna read, Romans 27, it says he traveled to Asia. Wait a second. I thought the Ruach told him not to go to Asia. That's not Asia. It's Asia Minor. That's the area of the Isles of the Gentiles. Asia Minor is where Italy, Rome, France, and all that is. I'm going to show you. Indo-European. So barbed Aryans means bearded white people. See there? Why didn't Conan the Barbarian have a beard? See there? They be always trying to throw you off. They don't want you to catch on. I'm telling you. Barbed Aryans means bearded white people. Now watch this. Let me go there. Let me see. I read Galatians to you. Titus 1:5-14 tells you the Cretans are brute beasts. Their own prophets tell you so. Rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. That's Titus 1:5-14. We'll revisit that another time. I want to get to this point. Go to Acts 27. Let me try to wrap this up as quick as possible. I want you to know that JC, Jesus, comes from there. That's why they were first called Christians in Antioch. You get what I'm saying? Because Serapis Christos. Every time they seen a deity that has Krishna powers, Hinduism, Krishna is the son of God. See there, the S-U-N. So, in order for pagans to accept it, when Christians had robbed the Hebrew culture and lied, we have to present them what they already know. That's why when you Google G-O-D or God, when you Google that, you get a long white man with a beard. Why? Because he's Odin. See there? Odin is the white man with the long beard. He is the ancient one of paganism. You will never see it like that. You get what I'm saying? So let's go right here. Acts 27. Listen to this. I'm giving you a ship travel.
27?
Acts 27. It is a recorded travel. Paul and Lucas recorded their travels. They recorded where they went. And when it was determined that we should sail to Italy, y'all seen that, right? They delivered Shaul and certain other prisoners. He's a prisoner at this time. He is a captive right now because he said, I appeal to Caesar. You remember that? He appealed to Caesar to save himself from Agrippa and Festus. Had he not appealed to Caesar, they say he may have been free, but it was of the Ruach HaKodesh, not the Holy Sun, dead ghost. The spirit of truth that he go into this to be recorded for one thing, so we'll know, and also for him to be held as a witness to the nations. So he's a prisoner. Delivered Shaul and certain other prisoners, one named Julius, a centurion of Augustus's band. Augustus Caesar.
Get your August from.
Yeah, where you get August from. That's why your months change. July is Julius, August is Augustus. That's why September should be the 7th month. But you know, they lied and says tonight now. Change everything around. And entered in the ship of Adramyttium. We launched, meaning to sail by the coast of Asia. It is indeed Asia Minor. I'm telling you this. Watch this. Asia Minor is a geographic region in the southwestern part of Asia. It's west of Asia. That's why they call it Asia Minor. It's a minor. Minor means it's in a different position. Like if you play a note. You got minors and y'all know. I mean, just minors and majors. So comprising of Turkey, modern day, most of it is what is present day Turkey. Look at the places mentioned. I'm gonna name them and then I'm gonna read them. Italy, Cyprus, Sicily. See there? Pamphylia, Myra, Lycia, Alexandria, Cnidus, Crete, Salmon, and Lycia. Now pay attention to it. It's not Asia. See there? So here we go. One of Aristarchus, a Macedonian of Thessalonica, being with us. The next day we touched at Sidon. Julius courteously entreated Shaul and gave him freedom to go unto his friends and refresh himself. When we had lunch from there, we sailed unto Cyprus because of the winds were contrary. Pay attention to that. Winds were blowing. And when we sailed over the sea of Sicilia and Pamphylia, we came to Myra of the city of Lycia. And the centurion found a ship of Alexandria sailing into Italy. So you don't know it's ain't Asia. Right. But put us therein. And we had sailed slowly many days, scarce were come over to Cnidus, and wind were not allowing us. We sailed unto Crete. That's why he said we were led hitherto. That's why I read that to you in Romans. He said I was trying to come preach the truth to the assemblies before this time, but we were led, not allowed here too. They had a shipwreck. I'm going to read it. Right. Yeah. See, all the book goes together. And sailed unto Crete, unto Salmon. And we hardly passing it, came to a place which is the Fair Havens. Now where is the city of Lycia. Now we much time was spent sailing and was now dangerous because the fast of Yom Kippurim, the Day of Atonement, was now already passed. Why did he mention that? It's still relevant.
KJV don't say that. It just say fast.
See there? See? And I'm glad you pointed that out. These are liars. And I'm telling you, the KJV is not the final authority if lies are in it. I'm pointing out, we're going to touch on that later. We're going to bust all this open. Now already past, Shaul admonished them. And he said unto them, Sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be a hurt and much damage, not only of the lading and the ship, but also our lives. Nevertheless, the centurion believed the master and the owner of the ship more than those things which were spoken by Shaul. Isn't that like us now? Wow. And because the haven was not commodious, listen to this. And because the haven was not commodious to winter in, it's winter time. Pay attention to that. I'm going to show you something. Winter in, the more part advised to depart thence by any means they might attain to Phoenicia, and there to winter, which was a haven of Crete, and lies towards the southwest and northwest. By the south wind blew softly, supposing that they have obtained their purpose. Losing thence, they sailed close by Crete. The Cretians are brute beasts. Not long after there arose against it a tempestuous wind called the Euroclydon. Now let me give you that one. Euroclydon, a cyclonic tempestuous storm, northeast wind which blows in the Mediterranean, mostly in autumn or in winter. Ain't that something? Boy, this book is a roadmap to the truth. And we just skip over stuff because it's not exciting in some part. You know, I'm trying to read it. I'm going to read something else. I'm going to read about the power. Right. I'm a power roach. So here we go. And running a certain island, he tells you where he is. A certain island called Claudia. We had much work to come to the boat. When we had taken up, they used help undergirding the ship, fearing they should fall into quicksand, straight sail, and so were driven. And being exceedingly tossed with a tempest, the next day they lightened the ship. And the third day we cast out our own hands in tackling of the ship. And when neither sun nor moon or stars in many days appeared, no small tempest laid on us. It's winter time. They can't see nothing. And hope that we should all be saved and taken away. But after a long abstinence, Shaul stood forth in the midst of them. He held himself. And then he said, Sirs, you should listen to me and not have loosed from Crete. And we have gained this horn and loss. Now I exhort you to be of good cheer. There shall be no loss of any man's life among you, but the ship. For there stood by me this night an angel of Yahuah, whose I am and whose I serve, saying, Fear not, Shaul, you must be brought to Caesar. And lo, Yahuah has given you all them that sail with you. See, he's talking to Yahuah. They don't know him. Wherefore, sirs, be of good cheer. For I believe Yahuah, that he shall be even as it was told me. Howbeit we must be cast upon a certain island. But there were in the 14th night come, we were driven up down in Adria. Here is Adria, northern Italy, in the Veneto region. See there? I'm showing y'all something. Follow me, please. Drew near to some country and sounded. It was like 20 fathoms. They had gone a little further, and they sounded again and found it 15 fathoms. And fearing lest we should have fallen upon the rocks, they sounded again and found it 15 fathoms. 29. And fearing lest we should have fallen upon the rocks, they cast 4 anchors out on the stern and wished for that day. And as the shipmen were about to flee out of the ship, when they had let down the boat into the sea, under the color, as though they would have cast anchors out on the foreship, Shaul said to the centurion and to the soldiers, except these abide in the ship, you cannot be saved. So they ready to jump out. But Yahuah already told him to tell them, just stay in the ship, stay in the ship. I've heard Christians preach this.
Stay in the boat.
See there? Yeah. So you twisted. You didn't even say what Yahuah said. Just stay in the boat. All right. See there? The paganism. And the soldiers cut off the ropes of the boat and let her fall off. And while the day was coming on, Shaul besought them to take meat, saying, This is the 14th day that we have tarried and continued fasting, having taken nothing. Wherein you pray, what I want to touch on too, fasting is not eating any food. So how is Lent? These people buying the pizzas and all this stuff in their faces for Lent. That's not fasting.
Right.
You lying. We're going to go there later on. fasting and taking nothing. Wherefore I pray you take some meat, for this is your health, and you shall not, and for there shall not a hair fall from the head of any of you. And when he had thus spoken, he took bread and gave thanks to Yah in presence of them all. And when they had broken it, they began to eat. And they were all of good cheer, and they also took some meat. And we were all in the ship, 260 souls. And we had eaten enough and lightened the ship, and cast out the wheat in the sea. And when the day, they knew not the land, but they discovered a certain creek with a shore, and went into which they were minded, if it were possible to thrust the ship. And when they had taken up the anchors, they committed themselves into the sea, and loosened the rudder bands, and hoisted the mainsail to the wind, and made toward the shore. And falling into a place where the two seas met, they ran the ship aground, and forepart stuck fast, and remained unmovable. And the hinder part was broken, and the violence of the waves, they crashed. And so the soldiers' counsel was to kill the prisoners. Listen to this. Lest any of them should swim out and escape. But the centurion, willing to save Shaul, look at that. He was finna kill all the prisoners, but willing to save Shaul, kept them from their purpose, and commanded them that they should swim, those which could swim should cast themselves first into the sea and get to land. And the rest, some on board, some on broken pieces of the ship. So it came to pass that they all escaped to safe land. Y'all see this? So he had a shipwreck, and they going to this island. They crashed on this island. And when they were escaped and knew that the island was called Melita, and the barbarous people showed us no little kindness. They were very friendly to them. For they had kindled a fire and received us everyone, cause of the present rain and because of the cold. I just told you it was wintertime. And Shaul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, and it came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. So a snake comes out of the fire and bites him. Watch this. And when the barbarians, these are white people, saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he has escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffers him not to live. See, they saying he must have had some karma, some bad karma just happened to him. Because even though he got out of the sea, he can't escape our deity. Now, why did I use the word karma? Karma is a Hindu teaching that whatever you have done, you cannot escape that punishment. It will happen. Joel Osteen has a holiday card. Some of them share karma on it. Christianity is nothing more than the worship of these same deities. That's why I wanted to point that out. He shook off the beast in the fire and felt no harm. Because why? Yahushua already said this would happen. No snakes will harm him. Right. Howbeit, they looked he should have swollen. That boy should have puffed up like a puffer viper. He should have been laying over their cheeks and everything. Or falling down dead suddenly. But after they looked at a great while, they saw no harm come to him. And they changed their minds and said that he was an Elohim. See that? Man. This is the worship of Isis of Gaul. I'm showing you this for this reason. Their mind state was to worship this deity. This is where he is. In the same quarters were possessions of the chief man of the island, whose name was Publius, who received us and lodged us 3 days courteous. And it came to pass that the father of Publius lay sick of a fever and bloody flux, to whom Shaul entered in and prayed and laid his hands on him, and he healed him. When this was done, others also which had diseases in the island came and were healed, who also honored us with many honors. And when we departed, they laded us with such things as were necessary. And after 3 months we departed in the ship, which we had wintered in the isle, and the sign of Castor and Pollux. And they lading us at Syracuse, we tarried there 3 days. Not saying JC a million times. That means wait. And when we did, we fetched the compass and went to Rhegium. And the day which the south wind blew, we came the next day to Putulio. And where we found brethren and desired to tarry with them 7 days, so we went towards Rome. I'm reading this for a purpose. And from thence, when the brethren heard us, they met us as far as Appi Forum and the 3 taverns. These are Celtic people. I'm telling you. I'm finna get there in a second. I'm sorry. The 3 taverns, if you know anything about the Celtics and stuff, you'll see on their movies and on their culture, they had taverns where you would come in, the Vikings would drink and all this stuff. That's where he at. We thanked Yah and took courage. And when we came to Rome, the centurion delivered the prisoners to the captain of guard, but Shaul was allowed to dwell by himself with the soldier that kept him. Okay. Now, I read all that for this reason. In the 5th and 6th centuries, the Celtic religion was Christianized. And early religious traditions were supplanted. Meaning, at the time you see these barbarians, these bearded white people that Shaul see, by the time the Romans get there, they Christianize them. What Christianizing meaning is, take the elements of the Hebrew belief and mix it with the paganism. That's why it says it was supplanted. They no longer was to call him Isis of Gaul, or Tooth, or Bel the Black, or Kor. They begin to call him Jesus. They begin to call him Jesus. Later on, it became Isu. Later on, it became Jesus. And this is who they serve. They serve the Gaulish demon that Paul knew these people. And when he preached to them in Romans, you will see that he tells them that you take incorruptible Yah and turn them into a corruptible man. Why he say that? If you're not supposed to believe that he came as a man, why would Shaul believe on that but then tell him that? They were taking Yahuah and making him Isis of Gaul. And it was becoming a thing. What they say is you can't beat them, join them. Right. See, so what they were doing, if you can't beat them, join them, they were merging in the belief system of the ancient Gauls and showing that these isles that Paul was in, they teach it like now that he preached to the Gentiles. And all the Gentiles believe. That's not true. He was preaching to the Yahudi who had escaped. They had fled during the time of the overthrow. You get what I'm saying? So he in his shipwreck appealing to Caesar. Caesar is still alive at this time. So what happens is when Julius Caesar comes over and couldn't beat the Gaulish people or the barbarians, he said, you know what? I want your belief system. And they merged it in. And so who we call JC now is really Isis of Gaul. Right. And that demon has gained power over the years because he's been summoned so many times. And so when we see the power and all this stuff happening in Christianity and we accredit, oh, I prayed for that yesterday and it's happened. If it ain't leading you to Torah, it's a false belief. You get what I'm saying? And we're going to go on this later. I just wanted to point out that point. I got more to it on that point. But what I wanted to show you that the Gauls, the Celts, were taken in. If you look up the group, the Celtic Cross, it's a satanic rock band. But they call themselves the Celtic Cross because when they started believing on JC, the cross was something they already had. The Celtic Cross was already dedicated to Isis of Gaul. You get what I'm saying? That's why when they talk about St. Patrick, and they have St. Patrick Day, when it says he ran the snakes out of Ireland, the snakes were the indigenous people there. Us. See there? And so what happened? When you don't wear green, I afflict you because you don't look like me. Right. I afflict those who don't look like me. St. Patrick is also in that same thing. The Catholic religion has built a whole foundation on the Trinity and the Isis of God. You get what I'm saying? So building that whole foundation on the Trinity, we have what we call Christianity now. So what we're going to do, this is just part 1. We're going to go revisit this book to show you that they existed even in that time. That's why he said the HaMashyach already is. He already exists. So Left Behind in series like that got you looking later on in Russia for the HaMashyach. But he in Rome. You see the lie? That's why when Yahuah said he already is, and Shaul says that in Thessalonians, when he wrote to the Thessalonians, he said that there's a son of perdition. He was already talking about what was already happening. The Antichrist, what they call it, or the Anti-Mashiach, was already in the presence, already on the earth. And what he was doing was he was building power. And we're going to look at that. That's why Daniel said they mingled with the seed of men, and that last kingdom is Rome. He told us. So we're going to look at that again. I just wanted you to see that when you're reading this, the Isis of Gaul, or who they call Jesus, already existed. He was not a Jewish carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Like they make up. He was already in existence when they came. And they knew this. This is why Jews, they say they reject Jesus. Why? Because they Polish. They Germanic. They know the origin too. They have to lie and say that they the people. Right. Yeah. In order to keep that land. In order to keep that money that comes mostly from the Christian churches, black and white, to keep the money. I gotta lie to you and say, I don't talk about Jesus. Venerum vis from smoke. Let his name be obliterated. Yeshua. Oh, I hate that. No, they know that when they came into that land, they already worshipped him as a gypsy. He was Isis of Gaul. But they can't tell you that because they got to keep their blessings going. See? Yeah. So I'm taking my time. I took my time to do that. But I want you to understand that Isis of Gaul already existed. He already was a demon. He already was evil. And he already was used to trick us as a people. So when we got here, they implanted that into us to brainwash. It's already been a mission of Satan to keep us not knowing who we are. So as a people, we got to renounce Christianity. So we'll go into, I'm going to pray us out. And I'm going to pray a prayer of renouncing Christianity. Because if we don't renounce this, pray along with me in your Ruach or pray low, but renounce Christianity. You got to, because later on as we go into this, I'm going to show you how voodoo got into it, Obeah got into it, Hinduism, Juju, Santeria. Santeria is Spanish witchcraft who call on each saint. That's why it's Santeria. It's to the saints in the Catholic Church. All this is the same thing, but we can't take little pieces and say, well, I'm AOH. I don't believe like the Catholics believe. You can't do that. You all came up under the same umbrella, and then you walking in different offshoots. You got to renounce it of the same lie, of the same whore. The whore of Babylon. That's why she rode on the beast system. That's already here.
Which is in front of the European building.
Is it not?
That statue.
See there?
Riding the horse.
So when we hear beast, we think something vicious. Yeah. No, it's just beast. Beast is animal. And they got it everywhere we look. When you look at Columbia pictures, and Columbia comes on there holding it. Why do you think your Washington, D.C. sits in the District of Columbia? It's the deity. Yeah. See what I'm saying? All of this is all dedicated. And it's built on a religion that served the devil in the first place. And we got to get out of that. You get what I'm saying? Oh, hallelujah. 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 Put out Yahuah for the truth.
Thank you. Yahuah. Thank you.
Burukata Hashem Yahuah Alahenu Melech Ha'olam Melech Olamim. Exalted are you, Yahuah, yes, King of the universe, forever. We thank you that you brought this truth to us, and we renounce the spirit of Christianity, right now. The spirits of Christianity, right, the devils that's associated with the Trinity, to JC, to the established lie of the Torahless, lawless Roman Catholic Church. Yes. From Constantine, seeing the image of the cross and hearing, by this you shall conquer. We renounce it all. It has been recorded that he even killed his mother for converting to the Aubrey truth. We have bought a lie in slavery. Forgive us. And because of that rebellion of buying a lie, we look back at it like Mitzrayim, as a place full of garlic and onions that we can enjoy, flesh pots of meat, water to drink, not knowing that you brought us out of bondage, out of the house of bondage, to save us and bring us into a land flowing of milk and honey and powder of dawn in the kingdom to come. In many ways, we have still had attachments to Christianity, still thinking that that fellowship is brethren, sisters, fathers, mothers, friends, and we compromise in every area because we thought that that thing was a position that we should be in. But you have told us to cut off all Elohim that are not like you, break down their altars, burn their Asherim poles, utterly destroy it. If this body is a temple, as you have said, which it is, then our temple should be only Kodash to you. We tear down the idols that we have placed up in our heart.
Yes.
We tear up the mighty ones we have established and exalted before you.
We do.
We walk in total obedience to you. And what offends you offends us. Christianity offends you. This world offends you. And we will no longer walk in it in perpetrating a lie to our people like it's the one and the same. Yahuah, you have given an awakening to these people. But you tell us through the Ruach to awake, and the Mashiach shall give us light. Awakening is one thing, but walking in light is a whole different thing.
Thank you.
Let us continue to walk after you in truth. Let us not be scared of what's to come before us, but let us be bold. Let us set our face as flint against them. Let us not be compromising. Let us not be afraid to speak the truth when your Ruach tells us to. Let us be obedient to your voice. As Haran heard you speak to him to go to Masha, to do the mission that you have set forth, to put out your people from Mizraim. We subject ourselves fully to the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the called out spirit of Yahuah. We no longer come under subjection to the sun dead ghost.
Thank you, Father.
We come in subjection purely to your spirit. It says not to grieve the Ruach. We will no longer grieve him by being disobedient to your commandments, but we will be willing to be obedient, Yahweh. I ask you that we continue to go deeper in Zooms and fast to you, to seek your face, to be obedient to those who are around us, to speak your words according to your book, to listen to the Akim and the Akatu who speak as oracles of you, to listen to them in love, to not walk in rebellion as we did in Christianity, that no one could correct us there. You get what I'm saying?
Hallelujah.
Yahuah. We have been rebellious long enough.
Thank you, Father.
Our people have lost their way. And that rebellious Ruach has cut us off from true fellowship to you. We should see the miracles, signs, and wonders that you gave your Shalakim or your apostles. We should see the miracles happen in our time. No one walk among us sick. Healing, blind eyes open, deliverance. I have wondered and prayed to you of why we could not hit the main vein of truth. And you have revealed to me that this devil of Gaul has been hung up over us too long.
Thank you, Father.
We renounce everything that is Christian.
Yes, Father.
The King James Bible is not the final authority. Your Torah, your word is the final authority.
Hallelujah.
Your spirit speaks the final authority. We renounce all paganism associated to Christianity, all spirits, all hindering spirits, all evil devils, all things that are being placed upon us. We have lost family, we have lost friends in opposition to the truth that we walk in. But we thank you for it. We rejoice in it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Barak Yahuah.
Barak Yahuah.
And in the name above all names, Yahuah, YAHUSHA, Savior of Yasharal, we pray this prayer. Amen.
Baruch Hashem